Okay, so hi there everyone. We're going to continue with our videos in the binomial distribution and we're going to show more examples regarding this. And let us consider this time a basketball team has to play 3 games during the elimination round of a tournament. And we want to ask the probability or the question, what is the probability that they will win? 0 games, 1 game, 2 games, or all 3 games. So recall the binomial distribution formula. If I can write it down here, it is actually um, n combination and choose x, wherein we're going to multiply this by the probability of success raised to that number x, multiplied by the probability of failure raised to n minus x. So that's our formula for the binomial distribution. Recall that n is the number of trials, x is the random variable we want out of the number of trials, p is the probability of success, and q is the probability of failure. So we're gonna see here, we play 3 basketball games, and that's our number of trials. That's the experiment that we're going to have. And say, of course, that the players are playing it randomly. There's no such thing as higher percentage for one team to win. So they're just playing it randomly. And we know in a basketball game that if you play it randomly, you have 2 choices or 2 outcomes. You either win or you lose. Okay, so what's probability that you're gonna lose or you're gonna win at 0 game? Okay, 0 games. So let's try to use this formula to answer that question there. So let's clear this up. Recall that we have, how many games are there? Recall that we have 3 games. So we're gonna write here 3, or we're gonna input here 3. NCR, or rather 3 NCR. We want to know the probability of that they're gonna win 0 times, right? There, 0 games. And then we're gonna multiply this by the probability of success. Probability of success 1/2. So we can write that as 1/2 actually, if we want to. Or you can write 0.5. Okay. So we can go back. We can make it 0.5, 0.5. And then we're gonna raise this 0.5 by a number x, which is our 0. And then we're gonna multiply this term by the probability of failure, which is 0.5, which is raised to 3 minus 0, which is, well, 3. And then if you're going to click the equal sign, it will render you 0.125. Okay, that's our answer, 0.125. Okay, so if we want to have the fraction form, you can always use the fraction form. The fraction form of 0.125 is 1/8. Now, how about if you're gonna win only for 1 game? So how about for 1 game? So for 1 game, what we're gonna do is we're going to change those things that we have provided. I don't know if we can do that. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so NCR 3, 0, instead of 0, we can make it 1. So in your own calculators, you can actually change that. You're gonna make this 1 here, and the probability or the exponent of success. I'm gonna make this, let me write 0 here. I'm gonna make this 3 minus 1, which is 2. Click enter, and the answer will be, well, thrice of that, thrice of the previous answer, right? So we have 0.375. So we have 0.125 here, and we have 0.375 here, which is thrice the value of the 0 games. Now let's try to make it 2 games. How about if it is only 2 games? So if it's 2 games, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the given problem or the ones we wrote. So instead of one, we're gonna make it two. Instead of the exponent x here, we're gonna make it x equals one. We're gonna make it two, and of course, exponent of the last of the failure is 0.1. You're gonna click enter, and actually you will see that it will be the same as the x equals one. So we're gonna write 0.75 here or 375. Okay, and that's for the 2 games. Now, but for all 3 games, so again, the same procedure. We're just gonna make all the x's to be 3, and then we're good to go. Of course, the n minus x is going to become 0. So if you're gonna click enter, it's gonna give you 0.125, or here's the fraction form, right? By the way, just saw that there. It's going to be 0.125. So basically, it's a 1.25, 0.125 plus 3.75 plus 3.75 plus 0.125. If you're gonna sum them up all, it will add up to 1, which is what we want in a probability distribution, by the way. So let's move on to the next example. We have here another example about, well, enough with basketball, where let's use volleyball this time. So we have 5 friends attended the volleyball varsity team's tryouts, and we want to determine what is the probability that only 3 of them will be selected. So the probability of success is, if the probability of success is 60%, and the failure, of course, is the complement, which is 40%. And we are interested to determine, or sorry, that's your assignment. we are we are interested to determine what's the probability that 3 of the friends will be successful and can be part of the volleyball varsity team. So we have our n here is 5, our x is 3, our success is 0.6 or 60%, our failure is 40%. So let's put it in mind. And we're gonna write that down again. Okay. So we have 5, right? 5 out of 3. So we're gonna write down 5 NCR3, and we're gonna close the parenthesis and multiply that by 60%, 0.6 raised to 3 times again 0.4, the failure, multiply that, n minus 3, 5 minus 3 is 2, and it's gonna give me the answer, which is 1.728. So in fraction form, it will show you 216 over. There's something wrong. Shouldn't be like that. You can see that the probability is more than 1. So there is something wrong with our answer. What's wrong with it? Oh, we multiplied this. It should raise that to that number. Okay. So you can see that you can actually pinpoint where you got wrong in probability, especially if your answer is more than 1, which is impossible to have, and if it is less than 0, which is negative. So this is the correct answer. It's 216 over 625. Or if you want decimal form, go ahead. Okay, so that's the answer for our example 3. Now for your assignment, this is for you to answer. I hope you can see the essence of why one needs to study, and study habits. Say for example, you will take a 10-question multiple choice test completely unprepared, that you have to guess all the answers just because you spent all night in Facebook, social media, etc., instead of studying for the test. If there are 4 choices for each question, what is the probability that you will get a score of at least 6? Well, in this manner, let's say 6 is the passing or the cutoff score. Okay, so what's the probability of you having at least a passing score? And after you solve that, I want to ask you the questions. Is the chance big enough for you to have a passing score? And knowing this, given this percentage, whatever, if it is high or low, Will you still spend your night at Facebook or study for your notes? Or study your notes? Okay. So that will be the end of it. We will be answering that pretty soon. But that's the end of the probability of random variables or the binomial distribution in this manner. So we're gonna see each other in the next video. Thank you very much. I hope you learned something today. And that's it for now. Thank you.